I promise I don't always have company. Good morning, everyone. So we are going downstairs right now. I'm at the elevators to go let Daddy in. Mommy left this morning, so I already miss her. But I had to rush and get ready because Daddy's here, and I kind of fell asleep. Oops. So, getting in the elevator. I'm headed down, which means you'll get to meet my dad in a few. So hold tight. Good day, everybody. Again, we are meeting with Daddy. Look. Hi.
Hello.
And we have Uncle Butch and Uncle Perry.
Hello. Hi from Johns Hopkins, Baltimore, Maryland.
So we're showing everybody around, and we can't wait to see you guys. So I'll let you know when anything important happens. All right, bye. So we've just completed our tour of Inner Harbor, and we did Johns Hopkins a minute ago. So we're having a great time, and we have this nice view behind us. We have a nice view behind us, and it's super nice, isn't it? Don't you think? Yay! Okay, so I'm headed back to my room. I have some work to do before the night is over. And I think I'm going to start this thing called Learning Corner. So when I read stuff or whatever, I'll kind of give y'all a brief summary of it and some of the cool facts I glean from the information. So we'll see how that goes. But after that, then we'll just have the quote of the day and we will call it a night. All right, see you guys then. Bye. I just realized you guys may actually want to see what Inner Harbor looks like other than that brief view. So enjoy the following montage of images.
You dress like that, you know.
This is your moment to shine. You're going to throw me the bowling ball. I'm going to catch it into a juggle. All right? Underhand throw. Aim for my right hand after you throw it. You're going to want to get out of the way. If I drop something, hand it back up. I'll try again. If the bowling ball hits the bricks, it's going to bounce. Don't pick it up until it stops bouncing, okay? I don't want to hit you in the face. Okay, you ready for this? All right, go for it. Throw it to me. No, I was kidding. Oh my God. Wait. Pick it back up. I can't believe you actually threw it to me. I've been joking the entire show. Like, I didn't throw the knife at you, did I? I thought you were going to hesitate, but you just Angry Birds it right at me. You were like, Pokemon Go, yeah. Here, will you just hand it to me? All right, good job. Aiden, I got one more thing I need you to do. Here's $10. Can you take this money to the store? And I just need you to buy me some clean underwear, okay? You understand? You scared me. I've got a situation. It's kind of crappy. No, listen. You've got that money in your hand because you came out here in front of all these people. You smiled. You showed personality. You made for a good street performer today. I think every good street performer deserves $10, and there's yours, all right? Good job. Good job. Yeah. 2. More time all the way around. Oh! Yeah! Yes!
Okay, the show was awesome, like amazing awesome. But can I say I just stepped into my dorm for the first time when it's just me and nobody's here? And it's odd. It's so strange because there's nobody here. It's kind of like an echo. So I'm hoping I'll come to love that. But yeah, I miss my mommy. Okay. Talk to you guys later. This is the book we will be talking about in today's Learning Corner. Okay, everyone, welcome to our first ever Learning Corner. We're going to see how this goes. The first little excerpt from the book I just showed you that I read was a primary source by Christopher Columbus. It was a letter he wrote to the treasurer of Isabella and Ferdinand's, the treasurer. And it was very, very interesting. I made a couple notes. So let's look at my notes and I'll tell you what I found. So I found that the letter was a little contradictory because he explains the places he's found as like paradise, right? So he thinks these are wonderful places, and he talks about the people, and he says they're very timid, like really, really, really timid. So anytime he goes near them, they flee, right? But the two places he talks about where they're not timid, he describes the people as monstrous and and ugly and horrible. He talks about one place, one island, where there are only women and they're dressed in fighting regalia, and they have weapons. And that's one of the things he kind of talks about, that the other people he meets that he likes that are cowards don't have. They don't know how to use weaponry. But the one place that he went where they were all women and they use weaponry, he describes and it's monstrous. And then the other thing is, I also read another primary source in the same book that was by this guy named Amerigo Vespucci, which is actually who America is named after. And he has this apocalyptic view of America as being like this place of like sin and cannibalism, and it's kind of scary the way he describes it. But at the same time, he's like forced to give these people these props because he believes they're beautifully built, and it's kind of strange how he describes them, but like he's in love with the women. And he's talking about Native Americans, but he talks about their reddish skin, how they don't wear clothing, but he's in love with their women. He said you can't tell the difference between a woman who's a virgin and a woman who's given birth. And he goes into like quite literal detail about breasts, and it's really weird. So strange, perverted. I guess sexism is alive and well during that time. And at the same time, he downgrades the men, talking about how they have a whole lot of piercings in their face and that makes them ugly. But at the same time, he says the women only pierce their ears, and I guess that's okay. And I guess that's probably where we get our ear piercing tradition from. And he found that acceptable. But he seriously downgraded the men in that community. And so I know the Native American community still has a lot of problems that are a result of time periods like this. And part of me wonders if it's one of those like primal things that like men are trying to keep from having to deal with the competition of other men in like competition for women that they want. And thus, so they liked the Native American women, but they didn't like the men so much because they were competition. Because he says they were well built, they moved well, they looked well, they could do athletic things, they could build things. Even Columbus gives them props for their intelligence as a people. So part of me wonders if Columbus and Vespucci had a problem with particularly men because they were competition for European men, thus you're just a little jealous because you don't look as good, and that's kind of sad. But I mean, maybe that was their problem, and you wanted to steal their women. I don't know. But so we've tried this. We'll see how it works out. It's kind of long, but I hope you like it. Let me know in the comments if you want me to keep doing it. You guys have a great night, and I'll still do the quote of the day in 2 seconds. Welcome back. Okay, so we're having the quote of the day right now, and I thought I'd put it in the background as I read it, so here we go. There's no going back. There's no use going back to yesterday. I was a different person then. So I think that's a great quote because, and that's one of the reasons why I put it up in my room, because I think it's an important thing to see in the morning. Like sometimes we get really, really bogged down in the past and what the past has to offer, or regretting yesterday. And maybe that also has to do with like our obsession with time travel, but it's a whole nother subject. But going back wouldn't do us any good. Going back to when you were 15 or 14 or 22 or whatever doesn't do you any good because you're a different person now than you were then. So of course you would have done things differently. But in order for you to become the person you are today, you had to go through those things that you did yesterday. So there's no use going back because you weren't the same person then. And that is what the quote says. So I think I'm going to put this vlog up and find my little self on to sleep because I have an early morning tomorrow because we're going to Washington, D.C. Aren't you excited? Be excited. So I'm Raven, and this is my eye view.